evening everyone. Thank you for being here with Lead Family University of Kelaniya. So now we are in Unilever Sri Lanka and we hope to meet Mr. Sathuraganegowda, who is the National Account Manager in Unilever Sri Lanka.
Yeah, all this is really great, but this is not what makes us different. This is not what makes us such a special company. What really makes us different is what we stand for. Our values, our principles, our purpose. Our purpose is to make sustainable living commonplace. We aim to double the size of our business, whilst reducing our environmental footprint and increasing our positive social impact. We believe in a world where everyone lives well and lives sustainably. We work towards our long-term goal of developing a sustainable business. This is what we stand for at Unilever. And what about you? What do you stand for? If and only if you share this vision too, we want you to feel that Unilever is your home. This is a great place to set you up for the future. Here, we will provide you with all the necessary tools that will allow you to develop and achieve your professional and personal goals. The two areas that make up human happiness need no longer be separate. We really can make it happen, together.
Are you ready? Let's go in.
Unilever is a company that consists of more than 400 brands over 190 countries. As you may think, what's the reason behind the success of the company?
Well, first, thank you very much for creating the dialogue, and I must thank the University of Kelaniya and the Lead Club for creating a dialogue for graduates and undergraduates, for them to understand what's really happening in the corporate world. So if I may answer the question, so Unilever has been in this in Sri Lanka for over 80 years, right? And why we are here is because people are accepting our brands. Number one reason why the secret of our growth is the strong brands which we have. And if you may ask, okay, what is the reason for our brands to be accepted by the society, by the consumers? That is basically because we do our business with a purpose, right? So our purpose is to make a sustainable living a commonplace. Having that in mind, whatever we do on ground, on our markets, serving our consumers, there's always a purpose behind that. Let it be Laoji, let it be some other brand, let's say Lux, Lifebuoy. There's always a reason behind we are selling. It's not just merely numbers. So people have accepted the purpose of Unilever. So that is the reason behind our rapid growth and the existence of this multinational company in Sri Lanka.
Okay, sir. Employees play a major role towards the success of the company. What are the benefits your company gives to the employees?
So, first thing which will come to my mind is the learning culture. So, maybe when our HR department approaches you, they may have done workshops with you guys. So, must have already shared how, because we consider Unilever as a university. You also from the University of Kelaniya. Again, Unilever is also considered as a university where there are lots of knowledge to be gathered, right? And apart from that, so we have spread across 190 countries. It's a multinational organization, right? So which means there's a lot of global knowledge circulated. So those are the reasons why people are attracted. Why few benefits, because these are not cannot be accomplished in any other organization in Sri Lanka, right? And also the other best thing is the favorable culture, a unique culture which is favorable for most of the employees, right? Even for women, men, there's no any discrimination. We welcome everyone. And apart from that, for example, let's say a lady who is working here, they might start developing their families. So then Unilever is there to support them with the paternity, maternity leaves, and even the creche to take care of the children, right? And apart from that, Unilever consider the well-being of the employees. So that is why we have the gym facilities and all the other facilities are given. So those are the things which attracts employees to Unilever, and that is why they hesitate to leave once they join also.
Okay, sir. Then, what are the techniques you use to find the right person for a job?
let's start with the CV, because the first step to look at the employee, or I would say the candidate, is the CV, because we don't see your face first, right? So as an organization, when the CV is sent, first the relevant people who are responsible for these recruitments go through the CV. First they check is whether these candidates have the potential to be a part of Unilever. What do we understand by potential is whether they have done extracurricular activity. That doesn't mean only sports. Any projects they have taken, any challenges they have taken during their educational period, right? And apart from that, also the second, because then from the CV, first they check the extracurricular activities and all, then once they are invited for the interviews, right? Then we check the attitude. Attitude comes first in Unilever more than anything, because we can train people, we can groom people, but it's very hard for us to change the attitude of people, right? So we are always checking the right attitude, right? And then you may have the right attitude, you may have the right educational qualifications, but if you don't know what's happening in the country, if you don't have the relevant general knowledge, that is also a part which you will fail, right? So it's more or less like a 360-degree analysis of the candidate to see whether the personality fits into Unilever, fits into Unilever culture, and also whether he's capable of delivering the purpose of Unilever to our consumers.
In your experience, what is the key to develop a good team?
Right. So, to develop a good team, number one thing is there should be a good leader, right? A leader with a vision, with a proper mission, and with a proper purpose. When there is a leader with a purpose, so then he knows whom to select, what to select, from where to select to their teams. And the other part is basically, then we are checking the potential of the team members. And third, the teamwork. You will have highly qualified potential team members in your team, but if they are not working as a team, then you will not achieve a common goal, right? Because working with a team, leading a team is always about achieving a common goal. But if the team members do not have that passion, right attitude, the potential, the teamwork ability, and also if the leader is not guiding them well, then the team fails. So those are the things which we consider when it comes to a team.
Okay, sir. As undergraduates, if we are seeking for internships, what are the questions that we can hold in Unilever?
So when you are when you apply, right, to Unilever, so there are, I think, 2 to 3 avenues. One is the Unilever Sparks program, and there's a Unilever internship program, and also there you get the Future Leaders program of Unilever, right? So those are the 3 avenues for graduates without any working experience to get into Unilever, right? And meanwhile, sometimes based on yearly plans, you will get some other opportunities as well. But those are the predominantly main 3 avenues. So once you, let's say you join as an intern, so then what happens is based on your preferences. Because when you apply, you will have to tell to which department you would love to join, right? For example, if it's sales, if it's marketing, whether it's marketing or whether it's finance, supply chain, HR, because those are the departments which we have. Supply chain, HR, CD sales, and marketing and finance are the available opportunities. So when you apply as intern and when you mention your preferred area to work, so then if you are qualified enough, if you demonstrate your leadership skills, if you demonstrate your potential to be a part of an internship team in Unilever, you will get selected. So once you get selected, then you will be given relevant projects to groom you, to improve your knowledge, to give that corporate pill to your blood, right? So those things will be given, but the opportunities are like that. So then if we move on to the higher, which is up in the ladder, that is the Future Leaders program, which in other words, it is called the Management Training Program. So there it is a little bit tougher than internship program, where you will be tested further, and you will the cream of the graduates who got graduated from the universities across the country will contest for that. And so then you will have a competition, and again you will be tested in multiple environments, right? And then finally you will be selected as a management trainee to this company. So those are the opportunities which are there for undergraduates or other graduates to join Unilever if you do not have work experience.
Okay, sir. What are the professional and educational qualifications you expect from graduates?
So basically, the degree is a must, because what do we gain by a degree? Not basically the knowledge, but that psychological grooming. It grooms you to be a standalone entity on the society, right? So first we are checking whether you have a degree. Second, if you have a professional qualifications, right? You know, there are a number of professional qualifications in Sri Lanka. I would not mention the names. So those are added advantage for you. If you have those two, or rather if you have your basic degree, that is a qualification to join Unilever, because as I highlighted in your previous questions, attitude is number one.
Okay, Unilever is a company that everyone is dreaming to join. What are the skills and advancements you expect from those people when recruiting?
So, if we are recruiting degree holders or graduates, we know the basic foundation is done, right? But the biggest problem what we face in Sri Lanka is the gap between what corporate world wants and what the current graduates have. There's a skill gap. So what is the skill gap? Skill gap happens basically because yes, they have the theoretical knowledge. They must be having first class degrees, second upper degrees, second lower degrees. But when you question about the current economical background of Sri Lanka, general knowledge, what is happening around you, they will fail to answer. So in Unilever, what we expect, right, when you're recruiting, they could have the basic requirements. But what we want to know is whether they have the 360-degree knowledge about the world, what's happening around them, right? What's happening in other countries? What is the political environment? You must have studied the macro environment, right? So what's happening in the macro environment, right? So then what are the latest technologies coming up? What are the future technologies? What are the future jobs? So they should be in touch with everything, right? Because working in a corporate world is not only about applying theory, right? It's more practical. To be more practical, to improve your networking skills, to have a good relationship with your stakeholders, you need to know what's happening around it, right? Because then only you can prepare for challenges. Then only you can foresee the challenges and come up with solutions in advance. Because corporate world is competitive, and to be in a competitive world, you need to be proactive. To be proactive, you need to know what's happening. So those are things which we consider.
Okay, sir. Why you recommend Unilever as a future working place for graduates?
Learning culture, number one. Because Unilever gives you the opportunity to try out, to trial. Even if you fail, still they give you the opportunity. Number two, the global exposure, right? Because when you have a multinational exposure, you can work anywhere in Sri Lanka. Because multinational is about understanding of how different countries operate, different markets operate, different people operates, different nationality operates, right? It's more or less like a mix of everything. So because we are an island, we don't get, if we were like India, so then there are other neighboring countries, then there are borders, right? So then people tend to come from those countries to India to work. Even if we take a country like United States, people go from different countries to United States. People come from Mexico to United States. So by default, they have this multinational environment in their societies. But Sri Lanka is an island. Very rarely people come to live here, to work here from outside. So then we don't get that exposure. We don't know what's happening outside, right? So working in a multinational give that exposure to you. Then it improves your skills, knowledge on everything. So that is why I would recommend everyone, those who are willing. I know it's a tough journey. It's not easy to get into Unilever, but worth trying.
So today we had a great time with Mr. Chaturagana Negoda, who is the National Account Manager in Sri Lanka. Thank you so much, sir, for spending your precious time with us.
Thank you very much.